We are in the final episode of the Leeds United takeover director of football save that we're doing here, and already Ralf Rangnick has been making some transfer moves, and it's not even July yet, so he is on fire. And we have spent a lot of money on this player, Luka Mortolaro. 25-year-old Italian player. His value now has gone through the roof, and very much so, because I mean, he's a quality player if we take a look at him, and that perfectionist personality that we absolutely love. Some decent player traits, plays in the centre attacking midfielder or in centre mid, and we spent £53 million on him from Leicester, originally from the Inter Milan academy. Now, the reason why I think Ralf Rangnick is wanting to sign more midfielders is I've decided to change the tactic ever so slightly. I know last season and the few seasons before it where we've been playing the three up top, we've been scoring a lot of goals, but a lot of you have been mentioning in the comments how we do really well against the teams we should do well against, but against those big teams we can't ever seem to beat them, mainly because probably we're too attacking. So I took that on board. The tactic that we're going to go for is more of a 4-1-3-2 now, so I've dropped the third striker into centre mid, so now we've got three in this centre midfield, but he is a centre midfielder on attack, so he has the license to get forward whenever he can. And I think that might help us secure our midfield battles a little bit more rather than maybe getting a little bit overrun, but we're just really good up top. So that, to begin with, is a great signing from Ralf Rangnick, and it still gives us £41 million left. We are losing the likes of Graham Lear, and we're having a lot of bids coming in for our players. A lot more action is happening if we take a look at our little transfer centre. We went in for a player called Cassio from Palmeiras. A good little player, but it was rejected. And he is, well, his contract rejected, and he's actually joining Newcastle instead. I'm not too worried about it, though, because I actually think Ralf Rangnick has done the smart thing, and he's gone for a different player, Carlo Capilary. Again, another Italian. This time he plays in centre defensive midfield, where I actually think we do need another player. So this is not a bad player, to be fair. Good player traits as well. I quite like him. His physical attributes are phenomenal. Yeah, I think he's better than Cassio. We're having to reject a lot of bids from Matar Mendy. And what I am a little bit worried with now is registration-wise, we're not going to be able to fulfill all of the players because we don't have enough homegrown talent. That might be our big problem. By the way, I recently went on Mr. Diz's Scouting Center. The episode is now live. We talk about a lot of the YouTube side of things, whether it be FM or whether it be the new WWE content. We talk about going full-time, the Facebook contract, why the Facebook contract ended and why I thought it was always going to end, and of course my real life wrestling. So if you want to check that out, it's an hour of your time and you might enjoy it just listening from my perspective on the previous year that I've had. The link is in the description down below, and go check out Diz. He's got lots of interviews there with all of the best content creators from the Football Manager world. Give him a subscribe and help him get to 1,000 subs. Now, with the Enrique Araujo deal bringing in £74 million, it has given us that huge transfer budget. And we are looking to sign more players. And this time we've actually had a bid rejected, or contract rejected, in fact. The bid was accepted for Adrian Gomez from Barcelona, and I'm kind of gutted by it. He would have been an amazing player, especially to have in that centre midfield on attack position, given that going forward, he looks phenomenal. Really good at passing the ball and tries killer balls often. Physically, he's a bit of a monster too, and he has 12 finishing with 15 composure. So he's actually a goal threat, and he has more of a potential. 24 years of age from Barcelona. It looks like we would have stolen the player for quite a cheap cost. He's only valued about 47 million, and we only had a bid of 32 up front, 38 after a period of time. So I'm quite annoyed by that. I'm almost like, oh, if only that could have happened, that would have been great. But hey, we managed to get the Carlo Capilary deal over the line though, so that's a good start. And now we're in 19th of June, so we're coming up to our first games of the season. We had a very tricky first game of the season against Chelsea. Luckily, we were playing at home, so we got that fan support, but we actually performed exceptionally well. Lorenzo Luka, what a surprise. He is still scoring goals, despite obviously not having the best attributes compared to some of the strikers that we've had, and we do still have. He just outperforms every single player that we have in our team. Sriracha is still scoring goals, don't get me wrong, but Lorenzo Luka is different gravy. He's different levels. He got himself a hat-trick in this game alone. In a very tight game too. This game then went to 2-2. As you can see, Chelsea scoring a very well-worked team goal there. Ivan Nielsen, a big goal threat for them, causing us a lot of problems. They actually took the lead as well, as you can see, 3-2, Pobega. They got some great names there. Mason Mount going through on goal, put some 3-2 up on the 80th minute, and then fortunately for us, we fought back. Mortolaro goes down the wing, pulls it back. Atella, what a banging header that is into the top corner. And then we leave it very late, 87th minute. Lorenzo Luka, he's a prowler in the box. What a goal. Sriracha with a good assist, but the power from Lorenzo Luka, Iturbe could not stop it. 4-3 was the result, and we deserved it too. 25 shots to their 9. Absolutely unbelievable from us. Even though we had 25 shots, their goalkeeper only had a 6.3. We just couldn't really hit the target. But when we did, it went in the net. Since then, though, unfortunately, we had a really bad result. A 2-1 loss away to Norwich, which... how? But we have actually sold a few players, and this is where I come into the registration purposes. We do not have enough homegrown players, and now we cannot register a certain amount of players. So I actually put on the unwanted list Aoud, Gonzalez, and Faraz, and we picked up quite a lot of money for all of those 3 players, which has left us with £96 million in the bank. We have put in offers for Kasper Kozlowski. I don't know if I want Kasper Kozlowski. I don't think he's good enough. If Chelsea aren't playing him, and we've just beaten Chelsea, why would we want Kasper Kozlowski? So I might see if there's another name elsewhere, seeing as this is the end of the last season that we're going to do, the end of the series, and see if we can buy someone with a little bit more of a caliber than Kasper Kozlowski. But before we do that, today's video is sponsored by SPITCH. Yes, the fantasy footballing app that I have been mad about for the last few months. I'm going to talk about it some more. At the top of the description, you'll see 2 links. The first link, you can download SPITCH for free if you are 18 years of age or over, you're from the UK, Austria, or Germany, and if you want to have some fun on fantasy football. Like I mentioned, it's free to play, but you do have to be 18 and over because you can actually win prize money if you verify your account with a snap of your identification. The second link joins my community league, where you can try and see if Dad can take over the top of the division. He got overtook a few weeks ago, but now he is battling it back, and he is catching the guy at the top of the table. And I'm rooting for him because I've dropped off massively, unfortunately. Although I have won money myself, yeah, I've dropped off, I must admit. The best thing about SPITCH, though, is you can have a brand new team every single week. You're not limited to amount of transfers. I think that is the best thing about it. And not to mention as well, all the statistical analysis is on the app. You don't have to leave the app to find out who to pick. So make sure you join the league now. You can have a few practice goes towards the end of the season and see how you're faring against everybody on a week-by-week basis. For then that start of the season next year, when the season starts early in July, we can crack on and we can have a full season. There's 70 of you in there right now. Let's get it up to 80 if we can. Thank you to everybody who's been joining the SPITCH League, and thank you to SPITCH for sponsoring today's video. Okay, we are in the transfer deadline day, and I have found 2 players that I really like. So, I got rid of the Kasper Kozlowski deal, and then I let Ralf Rangnick pick the next player while I went out and found a player myself. The player that I found is Reverson. I was attracted to his name to begin with, but then I realized how good he actually is. Like, this guy's phenomenal. We don't have a position there, but I'm sure we can train him to play in centre midfield a little bit more, make it become natural. Look at those physical attributes. He is outstanding, and he has 18 for passing. He arrives late in the opposition area, which I absolutely love in this game. And he's 6'4". Oh my god, this player's perfect. What a player, and only £12 million is the cost because of his minimum fee release clause. 25-year-old Brazilian. He should get a work permit too. This is going to be an outstanding signing. But Ralf Rangnick has made a bid for £66 million, which has been accepted for Ilyas Mariba. And he wants to move. He wants to leave. He's handed in a transfer request, and he's even better than Reverson. And obviously, because he has a high potential, he is one of the best centre midfielders on this game. Yes, he's 29, we're spending a lot of money on him, but my god, he'll be worth it. Our midfield is going to transform to being a good midfield to one of the best midfielders in the league now if we manage to bring in both of these players. I don't know what Ralf Rangnick's doing, but I'm having to reject offers now for players like Andrew Sinclair while we wait for Reverson's work permit to come in. I think it's because obviously he wants these players, but we don't need another centre midfielder if we're about to sign 2 more, and we've already signed 2. We've only got 4 positions, and we already have a few players we would have been fine without. So Ilyas Mariba is our player. He's a 4.5 star according to our system, which would make him the best player in our team, but we're still waiting, I think, no, it might have actually signed him already. I think he's actually joined us. Maybe it's just happened. Reverson has completed the deal, £12 million. So how much money do we have left? £16 million. And he is trying to use it on players like Andrew Sinclair when we only have 21. Well, he's bidding for 21. So I've cancelled it, but it would never have worked anyway. Now back to my point about registering players. We lost a couple of slots again because we brought in 2 new players. And I didn't realise, but Thiago Almeida is now 31. And he hasn't exactly lit up my team. Like, he's been great a couple of seasons. But other than that, no. So we sold him for £30 million to Leipzig. Obviously, Ralf Rangnick's got a good relationship with them, but he's 31. I think we've got a great deal there. I think we've basically robbed Red Bull Leipzig. I mean, why they're spending that much money on Almeida, I will never know. But still, I think it's a good bit of business from us. The transfer window is about to close. We have £43 million left in the budget. I don't think we need to do any other deals unless Ralf Rangnick sees something. I might let him go away with it, but then we'd have to sell somebody else again. Okay, the deadline day has closed. That is our transfer window done. No players in or out from the Thiago Almeida deal. So tactically then, what we're going to look like this season, I'm going to play Reverson on that right-hand side in the Mazzala as much as possible, which means probably we're going to have the other Mazzala will be Ilyas Mariba, and the centre midfielder on attack will most likely either be Mortolaro or it'll be Brunel, who's been playing there quite a lot this season already. And then in the centre defensive position, we've got Atella or Capilary, who've both been really good there too. Mariba can fill in if really needs be. So I'm going to leave the rest of the team as it is. Now, we have played one more game this season. We drew against Manchester United, who of course are title rivals. They've been winning the league the last couple of years. And we do have our Europa League group, which does have Borussia Mönchengladbach, Heerenveen and Ferencváros. So it's kind of a tricky group, but we should top it, to be honest. But this season, for me, is all about challenging for the title, or at least winning something. That's what I want to do. So let's go forward to January. Right, we're at January, 4th place, 44 points. Arsenal are actually top in the league, so we're on the same points as Manchester United. Liverpool, 2 points above us. We have been winning games quite well. 3-0 against Crystal Palace, 4-0 against Southampton, so we have done quite well there in the last couple of games. It does also look like, if we look at competitions, we're in the Carabao Cup, second leg of the semi-final. We should be in the final because we've just beaten Southampton 4-0 as well. We did top our group. We won all 6 games with a very good goal difference. So by the look, I mean, we beat Ferencváros 8-1 at home. That's absolutely absurd. So we've done very well at scoring goals, despite obviously bringing away a striker. I think this was an intelligent move from us tactically. So transfer-wise, yes, it is January. We still have, well, we've got more now. We've got £48 million, but we are looking to bring in a secondary goalkeeper and even a third one. We can only register the second one, though. We're going to have to not register one of them. We did just lose Gavin Bazunu there and George Cuenca the first day of the transfer window to Celtic and to Nice. So there are 2 spots opening up, but I don't think I'll register both of them. I think that's a silly move. Right, we're at the end of January. Now we're still in 4th place. We've dropped off a little bit from Manchester United, but we have drew there to Everton, which obviously is going to cost us a little bit. We are in the final, though, against Manchester United in the Carabao Cup. So that's going to be a tricky one. We've got Derby in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Transfer-wise, though, we have spent a little bit of money. We brought in both those goalkeepers, £21 million from Anderlecht. He's not the best goalkeeper with 11 reflexes. Everything else is okay. It's just that 11 reflexes scares me a little bit. 30-year-old Dutch goalkeeper there. And we've actually bought a regen goalkeeper, 22 years of age, who's a little bit better, to be fair. Roberto Akavecki. From Chile, so that's a little bit of a better deal. We got him from the Chilean league as well, not bad. I think that's a good signing for £2.3 million, and we did actually sell a couple of other players just in our youth academy, so bringing in a little bit more money and wage budget from that. So we'll power on towards the end of the season. In fact, we'll go to the cup final first, see how we do in the Carabao Cup final, but I'm really hoping we can do something, possibly in Europa League. Now, unfortunately, the cup final was lost 3-1. It's just an annoying performance, really. We cost ourselves there with the first goal, Jadon Sancho scoring. He actually scored all 3 goals as well, and we went 3-0 down. Jurrien Timber, Jude Bellingham, this team is absolutely incredible. Jadon Sancho, though, a player that Manchester United already have. I really hope he could play as this good. Scoring himself a hat-trick in a cup final. Yes, please. Yusufa Moukoko, though, what a pass that is for the 3rd goal for Jadon Sancho. We didn't have much of a response. We did get a goal back from Lorenzo Luka, of course it was. From a corner, of course it was. But 3-1 loss in the Carabao Cup final. Okay, we're at the end of the season then. We finished in 4th place. Somewhat a drop-off compared to the rest. And in fact, 20 points behind Arsenal, who actually won the league for the first time in this whole series, I believe. It's not a bad result finishing in 4th. We do have Champions League football, but I don't think we've won that through the league. So, that must mean we've gone on and won the Europa League. We have defeated Newcastle in the final. Peters with the first goal there, breaking away from left wing-back Ilyas Mariba, having a big part in that. Aaron Hickey on the right-hand side, so they swap positions there. Reverson doing an unbelievable job and an own goal, but Srirac would have just put it in anyway. That right on the stroke of half-time. And in the second half there, Newcastle did pull one back. Tammy Abraham, I think, pulls that back across to Sergei at the back post there to make it 2-1. But that was all that they could do. They could not break us down. We performed quite well. Newcastle had a lot of shots, but our defence, unbelievable performance from our defence there. Strikers, not so much. But we still played well. We still lifted the Europa League. So that's not bad. In other competitions, Manchester United actually knocked us out of the FA Cup as well. So yeah, they crushed our hearts in more ways than one this season. But, I mean, that's got to be a successful time for us. We're in the Champions League next season. We've now won 4 European Cups, 2 in my lifetime at the club, 2028 and 2033. We never got to win the league, though. We never got to win the FA Cup, unfortunately. We did win a couple of Carabao Cups. 2032, we only won 1. We actually lost, obviously, this season in the final. Is that a successful period at my time at the helm with Ralf Rangnick as my manager? I mean, 2 Europa Leagues is not bad. Champions League football is not bad. I think the team is far better than where we have left it. There still needs to be some improvements though. If you are a Patreon member, you get access to the save game file right from now. So if you'd like to see that on the £5 tier, head on over to patreon.com/Omega Loop Gaming. I've really enjoyed this series. I hope you have too. Next week, we're going to start something brand new, and I really hope you jump on and enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you check out Diz's episode of the Scouting Centre, and of course, check out SPITCH as well, and download the app and support my channel. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week for the rebuild. Bye-bye.